Hello and welcome to Salt, all the things. Today we're going to start a D&D campaign where the only spell usable is Salt Storm, and it crits on every roll. Just kidding. We're going to talk about World of Warcraft, among other things. I'm Rocket. That's Trog.
Hi, everybody.
Today we're going to talk about a fun new experiment that we have just started, but before we get to that, Trog, what have you been up to?
Oh, bad. So, in WoW land, I have been focusing on getting ready for Season 2, so I've picked a tank, a healer, and a DPS. So I'm going to play my Prot Warrior, my Resto Druid for now, but I'm thinking about maybe changing that to Dick Priest or Chamois maybe. But I'm going to try to persevere on the Druid. And Affliction, let me tell you, everybody, Affliction is as fun as it used to be back in the day. And I was kind of surprised. I haven't played Affliction in a while. Like, I think I was Destruction for the entirety of the last expansion pack.
Yeah.
And man, it really does feel like the golden days of Affliction. It feels good. It's fun. And I did not know, like, my rotation memory was still there from all that time ago when I did it, because I hopped on that character and it took me about 2 pulls to be like, oh, okay, I know exactly what to do here. And so that was fun to discover about myself, because I didn't realize like all that was still like in my head.
I
So
kind
that's
of
what
feel
I've been doing in
that way
WoW.
on my hunter. Yeah. It's that muscle memory, the safety blanket. It's good to know it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about you, sir?
Well, unlike Trog, I refuse to commit to anything yet because I'm waffling back and forth constantly, much to everyone's enjoyment.
E- Everybody, put on your surprise face here.
Right? Wait. Cue shocked noises. But no, I'm still working on figuring it out. I'm leaning towards probably my paladin. Although Trog did share with me some of the joys of affliction, I'm going to be playing that a little bit today over the next few rounds of stuff that I'm doing. Um, Mainly just focusing in on trying to get as many of the dumb time gate achievements that are out in those, you know, 2 different world zones. Get those knocked out. I think I'm literally like 1 or 2 things away from being done, and I just have to wait for the game to let me do them. And I don't like that. I do not
Oh,
like that at all.
Rocket, do you
Sir.
mind if I try out a new segment on the show today?
Oh, try away.
So, I'm going to start talking about things Trog is playing that are not WoW. Because Trog cannot focus and insists on talking about himself in the third person for some strange reason today.
He's
So,
very Dwayne the Trog Johnson.
oh man, I wish. Um, so the thing I've been playing, I'll talk about 2 games quickly. Everybody's heard me rant and rave about Slay the Spire 2.
It's pretty fun.
It is fantastic, and Rocket and I are going to do a 2-player game soon, so that I can teach him all my tricks. And the other
I'm
thing,
scared.
I'll toss it out there. The game is called Backpack Battles. It's a bunch of anime-looking chicks in with different specs. Like, one's kind of a ranger, one's kind of like a warlock, one's like a warrior, one's like an inventor. There's all kinds of different ones, and the entire game is just collecting items and arranging them in your bags. And some bags have different bonuses. So, like the ranger, every time you put a shamrock in one of her bags, everything in her main bag gets an extra 5% crit rate. So if you can stack like 3 bows in that bag and then fill it up with clovers, 4-leaf clovers, you end up getting like 100% crit rate and tear people down. So the game is like an auto fight. You don't control anything during the battles, but items will evolve, and you can see the recipes to get them to evolve. Sometimes they have multiple levels of evolution, and it's just fun because you're making, it's an engine building sort of game like Slay the Spire 2 is, and what the pieces I like about WoW are very engine buildy too. So I just thought I'd put that recommendation out there. Backpack Battles, it's a lot of fun. It's something that you can play a full round in like 10 or 15 minutes. It's a very low stress game. You don't even like talk with anybody that you're like battling with. You just do a quick battle, and then you go back into the store and buy more items. So I'll put that out there as my recommendation. I hope some people try it out.
That sounds very interesting and definitely right up Trog's alley.
Very much up my alley. It's quick and easy, and I don't have to think to play it.
Yeah. V- Very minimal investment with maximum entertainment.
Oh yes, it's all the parts of a game I like. It's the doing the build and spending the currency and like structuring and arranging things, but then I don't have to fight anything.
It just does it for you. That's interesting.
Hell yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I've as Trog mentioned, I have partook of the Slay the Spireness, and I'm by no means like advanced in it. I am noobish in every regard, but I've opened I think all but one of the characters to play through with, and I have yet to beat a final boss of a map, but I'm getting better each time I play. So,
And if anybody out there would like to play a game with us, like WoW or Slay the Spire 2 is 2 player and you can do co-op. We do have a Discord channel, and we'd love to see you guys there and actually do some games with some people that listen to us talk every week.
yeah, I mean, if anything, you can come harass us, with your voices.
Especially Rocket. He loves to be harassed.
Oh, it's what I live for.
Don't I
Speaking
know?
of harassment, how about we talk about our little project?
Hell yeah. I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, so this was kind of like a germ of an idea that Trog had that we talked about and then came together and like actually decided to do. So today's episode is called Heals, Tanks, and Leveling Pranks. And the reason why it's called that is we've decided we want to experience as close as possible um, what a new person coming into World of Warcraft would experience. So we made 2 Nooblet level 1s, and we are going through Exile's Reach. We're taking our time with it, and we're actually doing something new for us, which is recording ourselves as we play the game. So we're
Yes,
hoping
very new.
that this works out well and can lead to, maybe some more content ideas along the way. But yeah, it's we chose to be paladins. I chose to be the space goats because I wanted to do something different. And really what it came down to was I like the idea. I was originally going to be a priest, so I'm like, if I'm going to be a holy priest or, a healing priest, I want to look like a demon because that just seems funny to me. Here's a demon on the battlefield healing people. So I made myself look like one of the Eridar Draenei. And then we decided, let's go paladins because, well, paladins. And Trog, insert your really good idea here, which I think really worked out well.
Oh, so I assume you're talking about how we made the characters, yeah?
Yes, how they look.
Yeah, yeah. So my thought was we like I don't like to do anything halfway. I like lean into stuff I do. So I said, why don't we make characters that are very similar in the look to feel, but have some easy to spot different points, like his skin is red and mine is blue. We've got similar hair that's in different styles. Because when we do show this video to everybody, there's a little RP element here, right? Where pretend sisters in this world with our leveling our paladins together. Oh, but it's been that we played for about a half hour yesterday, and it was a ton of fun. And we're working on editing that video. We're going to release it two ways. We're going to release it as both as a video on YouTube that we cut down, and then we're going to release the audio from that as well. We're not sure if it's going to be like backup in case we have to miss a week or something, or if we're going to put it as just a regular episode. We'll figure all that out, but you guys will be hearing that eventually.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is kind of like I said, a new project that we're embarking on, trying to do like recording us live while we do the thing that we are then gonna talk about later. So it's kind of interesting. Uh, I gotta say, going through the little bit that we did, I had a ton of fun. I mean, I know you did as well.
Oh yeah.
But just watching those cutscenes, like I feel they really do a good job of like capturing that new person who's like never played WoW before and like introducing them to like this is what Blizzard does and this is what we do well. We have really immersive cutscenes that quickly get you up to speed and then we throw you into the thing and you do a bunch of random quests.
That was kind of it, huh?
It's like, wow, that was a really cool cutscene. Why am I killing Murlocs now?
Although having Murlocs be one of the first things you meet was not a bad
it
decision at all.
it needs to be like literally the first enemy is Murlocs. So
It really is.
yeah, we're having a real good time, and like I said, we're trying to approach this as pure as possible. I even turned off all of my add-ons. We're just going in there, raw dogging the experience, and having a good time.
Trog has been less turning things off because because he's Trog.
Well, you know, most of my add-ons are just quality of life add-ons that don't matter while you're leveling anyway. The one thing I will say that I will probably enable as quickly as possible is my custom UI that I made for myself because I'm just used to it.
Yeah, I am playing with my same edit mode that I always play in. But I'm the same as you. I don't really have add-ons that really drive my play anymore. It seems like all the add-ons I have nowadays are just like about collections and stuff. Like you said, quality of life things.
Yeah. Well, and so like you pointed out one of them as we were doing our little playthrough, and I have this one that I use to do the lumber tracking. So it
Oh,
was an
that was a
easy way
cool
for
looking one.
it was an easy way for me as I'm in each zone to track when I get the maximum amount I need for the dumb achievement to be able to harvest while flying everywhere. But when you first load in in the tutorial section, it doesn't let you close it.
Yeah, that was
So
funny. Rocket and I were trying to make tunes, and he had already made his, and I was trying to make mine. So I was like, well, let's go into the character creation screen so we can kind of align things, right? Instead, he just zoomed in his character or tried to, but there's this big box about lumber just
lumber,
entirely taking up the whole middle of his screen.
I can't move it, and I can't edit mode, and I can't do anything.
That
It
was
was
kind
good
of funny.
times. It was
But it
good
was
times. So
I think it worked better that we just closed that down and we like made new characters.
well, I mean, that's where I changed from being a priest to being like, why don't we just do pallies? Oh, so the reason why it's called heals tanks is, Trog wants to tank as we're doing this leveling experiment, and I will actually be learning paladin healing, which is something that I have never done. So, yay me!
And I've heard it's a lot better than it used to be.
That's what I hear as well. Like I when I was waffling in the War Within, trying to pretend to be a healer for a while, I quickly loaded a spec up and just copy pasted everything and had no idea what I was doing. But I'm like, wow, this is way different than what I remember.
Yeah, I remember that. It was the first time I think I met your Harley character. I hadn't known them before because you joined the guild as Rocket, not as Harley.
Correct. I tend to join things as Rocket first. Uh, he's my, for lack of a better word, he's my forward-facing character.
Oh, I was going to call him your security blanket, but I guess that works too.
I mean, he definitely is that to the point that I'm just to do something different on him. I am trying survival. So, you know, but yeah, so what are we expecting to get out of this, Trog? Like what was the reason for doing this?
So the original inspiration was because you had talked about doing an episode about the new player experience, and I thought it would be really cool if instead of just kind of talking out of our butts, if we actually like made fresh
Did the thing.
tunes. I was telling my wife the other day, like you and I never view the game from that perspective, right? We've been playing this for years. We're not the
Jaded?
highest end raiders, but we're serious PvE players, right?
Right.
We understand the end game, and everything that we do is mostly focused on the end game. So I thought if we're going to talk about the new player experience and how it feels now to for me, to a player that has not thought about the beginning of this game in a long, long time. That's why I wanted to do this together. I thought it would be great to have that shared experience as we're talking about how it is.
Yeah. And then, just the comedy moments that come up naturally as the two of us play together are kind of funny. So I had forgotten all about the chauffeured mecha chopper or whatever. And so we're out there on Exile's Reach running around like nooblets, and Trog's like, forget walking. And I'm like, how are you mounted? Oh, that's right. You can use that below level 10. So, like, seriously, like, there's a lot of like, well, this will not stand. I will not allow Trog to be quicker than me. So I'm going to do it too.
I was way faster than him, folks.
He really was. It was quite sad.
So
We don't even
that's
have our paladin chargers yet.
that's like the part of this where I know I'm deviating from the mission a little bit,
Yeah.
but screw walking.
Yeah. And there were a couple of really fun comedy moments I won't spoil because of the mount thing.
Yes, yes, that became a theme for us for a while.
For about 10-15 minutes, there were a few things that happened due to it. And then,
Oh.
like, my other desire for this, and it's hard, like you said, because we've been playing as long as we have, not together, but playing WoW, collectively over 40 years.
Yeah.
um, So it's really hard for me to like turn off that part of my brain that knows better, but I'm really trying to just like go into this, try to act like I may know how things work, but like just
Do
going
you
in
though?
fresh, yeah, well, that's debatable, I guess.
I'm
My
just giving you
DPS
some
might
garbage, dude.
my DPS might say otherwise, but I mean, I was in the top 5 in our raid last night, which, so side note real quick, everybody, we've had a lot of influx of new members to our guild, and that's healthy and awesome. And we went in and kind of re-cleared some harder content. We did Dream Rift Heroic and Sporefall Heroic last night with a bunch of new people and got it done really quick. So
Oh
that
man,
has me super hopeful for season 2.
that Dream Rift kill, that was good and fast.
Yeah. I mean, Sporefall too. I mean, it only took us was it first shot?
No, because Skate switched at one point.
That's right. Our damage was a little low on the shrooms, so we had some swappage that had to happen, but it took us only just a couple tries.
Yeah, I
Whereas
think it was
before it
only
was
two or
taking us
three.
whereas before it was taking at least half of our raid night, you know.
Well, Dream Rift too. I mean, we've especially when we have to pug a ton of people to get that done.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to wipe a few times, but I was really happy that we just jumped in there and we got it done.
Dude, so it was so weird, and I don't know if other guilds experience this, but like when you can have a fully formed, ready to go guild 15 minutes before raid time, That feels awesome. That has not been the case for a long time.
That did feel really good. It was nice because
I
we,
was like, look at all these people who want to do things.
yeah, nearly everybody was on time by our start time. We
Yeah,
only had a couple people that we know get off work a little bit later, and so that's why
right.
the time is set to what it
Travel
is.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to Nubidins, and again, my big expectation is to just try to kind of get a feel for how, you know, the Nublets feel as they go through the stuff. Um Trog wasn't aware of this, but a while back I signed up to be a guide. And so in the guide chat, it's there's a special chat channel just for noobs and guides to offer advice to them. So like all day long I'm getting spammed on Rocket because that's the tune who I signed up with it. Um I'm getting questions of like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm like, I need to play through this to kind of get an idea as to like, why are people still asking questions when they're done with the starter zone?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we kind of commented yesterday on the um what was it? The how to equip things just kept happening
Right.
over and
Over
over and
and
over,
over.
which was kind of weird.
So like, cool idea to give a tutorial, but like, why are you beating people over the head with it? Or I'm sorry that I don't hit my character screen every time to equip something. I just go straight from the bag. That's how I've been doing this game since vanilla. But, you know,
Oh, is maybe that why it kept popping up? Because I was doing the same thing. I was just opening the bag and right clicking on it.
it kept yelling at me to hit the C button, the character pane, and equip it that
Uh,
way.
I wonder if that's why mine never shut up because I didn't do that.
Well, possible. So, I mean, these are the fun little things we get to experience with a fresh set. Well, jaded set of eyes, but definitely fresh because I haven't done a level one. God, I can't even tell you since a long time ago.
Well, I'll call out one thing that I noticed because I only play Horde. I've never played Alliance seriously. I think Warlords, I changed my tunes over to an Alliance guild, but I only stuck around for part of that Ogre raid and then I quit the game again. Um, so I've not seen anything from the Alliance perspective. And it was kind of funny to me when I did this Exile's Reach when I first came back at the beginning of War Within. All these quests where, like, you have to use the ray to, like, make the boar bigger or the camera that they put you on. But, like, those type quests, to me, when I was doing it, I was like, oh man, they got the goblin flavor perfect here. And then I was playing it yesterday. I was like, wait a minute.
Yep,
It's exactly the same.
yep. It's just gnomes.
Yeah, I did not know that gnomes were just paler goblins with
Yeah,
smaller ears.
gnomes are literally just the goblins of the Alliance.
So I was learned it yesterday.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when when aha moments like that happen. Well, and as someone who's straddled both sides of the faction fence
I
myself,
bet you
like
have.
oh yeah, straddled it hard too, sir. It was pointy. Um I played Alliance for most of the beginning of my WoW career. Like my hunter started off as a night elf of all things. Um my warlock was a human. I will never make a dwarf because why would you? Um, but like
I have
I've
the
only
same opinion
recently.
about humans.
Well, the only reason I did the human for the warlock was for the racial at the time. The extra XP was great. Um, but like I have definitely come late to the party in terms of the superior faction. But I'm glad I have arrived at all.
I'm glad you recognize. Although I will say, if I was going to play Alliance, I would probably exclusively play Draenei, Lightforge Draenei, mecha gnomes, and werewolves because they seem
Yeah.
all the other races on that side are boring, but I
Yeah.
love those.
Well, and like so like the night elves are just yet another elf. I mean, there's how many elves in this game at this point?
Too
But
freaking
like
many.
the Worgen, they have a very dark backstory. I enjoy that
Yeah,
aspect of them.
yeah, me too.
So like the idea of being a werewolf but being part of the alliance just because, like, if anything, they should be horde, man.
I said the same thing. I would give up blood elves in a second to
Oh
get
dude, you could
werewolves.
have them. Take them.
Horde population would drop by 60%.
I did well, yeah. You know, and I think we've kind of hinted at that in the past too, where it's like the funniest bit of WoW lore ever is they're called the Blood Elves because of all of them who died. Like, 80% of their population died. And yet it's the most popular horde race. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a couple of them had a few too many orgies. Who knew? Who
It
knew?
does seem like um more than once the story has been about how somebody marches on to the Sunwell to take them down so that they can have the power of the Sunwell, right?
Right?
And
It's like,
then
hi, stop living next to the thing.
and then like next time you go into the city, they're like, "Oh, our population was decimated. Then why are there so many people here?"
Right? For decimated, you seem to be doing pretty well.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. Like weeds.
Oh man. Well, elves are kind of like weeds. That is
They're
accurate.
everywhere. They're everywhere. Heck, even trolls were elves once.
That's true.
So, again, it's just like they are literally everywhere and in everything. And let's
we
be real, the new Heronir is literally just a hairy elf.
I can't even get that. We put elves in your trolls so you can elf while you troll. I know I'm dumb.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to remember that. That might be a salt all the things bumper sticker. We put
Oh.
elves in your troll.
It's like a turducken only with fantasy races.
We put the elf in trolls.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Especially me.
But yeah, so like my hope for this little project, everybody, is that we get some yucks out of it. Um, we get to kind of see what the newbies will see, and we'll be able to make better comments about it. I think that's really the bottom line. Is as Trog so eloquently put, we don't want to talk out of our butts about things we don't know. So
That's true. Even though I do it all the time.
yeah, he pulls an Ace Ventura quite often.
Quite often. Well, that's out of a
Um,
rhino, though. I don't know if that counts.
no, in the first movie, he talks out of his butt.
Oh, that's true. Wow, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. You can
I
count on
also
me.
I also want to say, like, if this goes well, and I mean, based on yesterday for my fun level alone, it went very well.
It went
Um,
really well. Trog had a blast.
show very much encourage us to look at some of the people doing challenges, like people that don't train or something ever in classic. I don't remember everything he said, but he was telling us about these people that make up challenges and then record themselves doing it. We've also been talking about maybe streaming some of this and dipping our toe in that pool because it's not something either of us are very familiar with. So
Right.
if any of this sounds appealing to you guys, please reach out and
Let
let
us
us
know.
know.
And we're also trying to come up with other ideas. We know that the substance of Salt All the Things is literally just Trog and I hanging out and chatting. But we want to branch out and try new things. And, if anything else, we just try. And if it works, cool. If it doesn't, we try something else. So,
I'm totally going to say that we should do a game of Slay the Spire 2, and we should totally record that too.
yeah, but your Audacity doesn't like that game.
Oh no, I I just have to make sure that I open it after I open the game.
Ah, got you.
I have figured it out.
Good job. Good fingering.
Good gerb.
But yeah, I mean, so if anyone has any like suggestions of challenges, I believe Show mentioned things such as like you can repair and you can sell things, but you don't do your professions at all because a lot of people use those for bonus XP while leveling.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that worked in Classic.
Yeah, I think as you go up the well, keep in mind, Classic is just it's not. This is the problem with Classic. This is why I don't want to engage with it, is because it's not pure Classic. It still has a little bit of flavor of modern retail in it, even though they slap a label on it that says Classic, right? So
Okay.
my experience with it is very limited. I tried it a few times because the Classic servers were up while retail was down. Imagine that. Um, you know, imagine if you will.
Yeah.
But
Good way to
anyway,
keep a captive audience.
that's what I'm saying. You're still playing a Blizzard game, so I mean, kudos to them. That's pretty smart. Um, Sometimes I'll play Hearthstone too, but like my engagement with Classic is very minimal, and my experience wasn't that great because again, I'm spoiled by all the quality of life that retail offers. Where like my quest text is the best example of this. So you walk up to something and you start talking to it. In Classic, you have to stand there and wait for the stupid thing to stop typing the text for you before you can hit next. That drove
Man,
me nuts.
I
That drove me
totally
nuts
forgot about that.
instantly. So bad. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Oh no. I can't just spacebar out of the dialogue. What's going on? But
Man, I
for
did not even
people
remember that feature, dude.
who are into it, I guess go for it. But yeah, it's not my bag, baby. Yeah, that
Man.
instantly annoyed the crap out of me.
Yeah, I could see why it would. It would annoy the crap out of me too.
So like, and that's why I'm saying even this Exile's Reach is, yeah, it's a new player experience, but it still has that flavor of modern WoW because if you want to, you don't have to sit there and wait and read everything. Now, granted, I'm trying to go in this as like someone who doesn't know what they're doing, so I'm reading everything and making sure I'm doing what it tells me to do, that kind of thing.
I totally was not.
Yeah, Trog was doing Trog things and he's off on his motorcycle already.
That is true. In fact, one time I thought Rocket got ahead of me, so I panicked and was like, oh, I better catch up, and only to realize that he was still on the quest before me.
Literally, I was having trouble resizing the boars. I don't know why. Oh, I remember. So there was a weird, I don't know if it was intended this way because I didn't do it exactly how it told me to, but when you mouse over things nowadays, if there's a quest item for you to interact with, it gives you the little icon when you mouse over the thing. So I just right click, but it wasn't working, and then I'd have to fight all the boars. But then if I go over to the quest log and use the item that's next to it, it worked. And I'm like, that seems like a weird choice. Why give me the icon if it's not going to work?
Well, the weirder part of that is that it was working just fine for me. I was right clicking, and I usually use the one from the quest pane. So I don't know why we were having such a different experience there.
It may go back to that super secret salty anti-rocket code that's embedded in everything.
Boy, I hope they never embed anti-trog code.
No, you just get the splash damage.
I do get some splash damage from you.
You're welcome. It's the joy of knowing me.
Oh,
Was
so
there any?
on the leveling, once we get out of Exile's Reach, it sends us like straight into Dragonflight, right? That's the next stop.
I'm pretty sure. I think so. Again, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you have to choose like a chromie time until you hit what is it, level 80?
I kind of did that. That oh, what do they call it? It's at the. God, I can't even talk right now. Um, it's at that vendor, or no, at the lore walker. There's that option to run the compressed story mode, and it
Oh,
takes. So I've done this once myself, but I did it like super super fast just to kind of get an
same.
idea what it was.
I remember when that released. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, the Dragonflight super condensed mode.
Yeah, I think that's where Exile's Reach leads into. And then we do the game in that super condensed mode, and it's supposed to take us through Dragonflight and the War Within, and
And get
then
us into midnight.
stop us at 80, right? So we can do the Midnight campaign.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's where we're going next.
Well, I guess we'll find out
We will.
sometime soon,
And everybody else will get to find out too.
right? We will have an answer for you next time, everybody.
We will by the next time we talk.
Yeah, we're not going to talk out of our butts. We will go discover the answer.
Oh, I'll still talk out of my butt, just not about this.
I mean, that's just Trog. Trog doing Trog. Trog's got a Trog, you know?
Trog does have to trog. That is very true.
Were there any other like real interesting key points of this or things that we're expecting to see?
Um, the only thing I kind of noticed, like talking specifically about paladins for a second,
Mhm.
um, you didn't have judgment right away, which felt kind of weird, and
Oh yeah,
then
that was strange.
you got Crusader Strike, but it was like it took a long time for Crusader Strike to come up once you'd blown the two charges. So the pace of the game felt way slower than like normal WoW does. And that's probably good for an initial, but I would wish there was like more of like that builder and spender kind of learning, right? Because that's
Right.
the key to almost every class in WoW is a builder and spender of some sort.
Well, and you got to remember that like we're not even level 10. So,
That's true.
the hope is as we go through that'll pick up a little bit. And then like as soon as you can actually choose your tank spec and I can choose my healing spec, things will change a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll have 3 whole buttons to push.
Right? Whoa. I might actually have to throw a heal your way once in a while.
It is funny. He tried healing me, but the problem is if you're not taking any damage, it doesn't help somebody heal.
Yeah. But I still said, "Hey, I'm the healer. I'm standing in the back. I'm healing."
He totally did.
I did.
Rocket is as helpful as ever.
Yep. I look forward to just being carried through things. Let Trog do Trog things and I'll try to keep him alive.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have no problem. I'm a paladin, remember? I mean, I'm not the
That's true.
chosen one, but
I mean, paladins are so like for the longest time, that's all my paladin did was prot pally because of how easy and fun it was. You
yeah.
run up, you throw your shield at everything, you pee on the ground, and then you just keep hitting everything.
I'm imagining somebody listening to this that doesn't play WoW and talking about,
All
what
right.
are you talking about?
So,
Paladin peas on the ground?
yes, paladin pee is also known as concentration.
Wow. Consecration.
That's the word. Thanks. Consecration.
I almost couldn't pronounce it myself.
See, that's why I call it pally pee. So much easier.
I really kind of wanted to play a monk for this experiment because I was going to play a warrior originally, but I'm playing a warrior all the time normally anyway. So I wanted to play something that's a little different that I'm not already playing. So that's how I settled on paladin. I wanted to do monk. It just the feel wasn't there, and especially when we started doing the like sister theme, right?
I was
With
gonna say, like,
you
they kind
defecting.
of, yeah, they kind of like kneecapped us right away because your first thought was actually really good, which was, I'm gonna be a light forged death knight. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah. And you totally can do that. It's just
You
that I would have
can, it's
started at
just,
level
yeah,
10
you
in a
can't
different
start at
place.
level 1.
Yeah.
Which is an odd choice. Like, let people choose to do what they want to do.
Well, it's interesting how cuz I've created a few characters in the last few days, and like all the characters um or all the base races still give you a choice. Like I made a goblin the other day and it said, "Do you want to start in the Goblin Island or Exile's Reach?" And I was like, "Okay, well
Right.
that's cool." Like if I want to just like feel the old stuff, I can go do the Goblin starting zone.
Which is hilarious and fun.
Yes,
And why wouldn't you?
it is totally a blast. So I don't understand why. Like I know Death Knights have a lot of training you on how to Death Knight in that, but I don't know. Unless you're
It
gonna
could
like,
still be accomplished in Exile's Reach. I don't
I
understand.
I think it could too. And same thing. I tried to make a light forged paladin second, and then figured out that the light forged also can't go to Exile's Reach.
Right.
So if you've unlocked that race, you have to do the light forged starting area. You don't even get a choice. So
Which
those,
is an odd choice. And I mean, monks are the same way. And it seems like it's anything that got tied into the later expansions has that limit on it for some reason.
well, all of those things you can't unlock at the very start of WoW either. So that's also a connection.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
forgot
was
about that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All of those things need to be earned, so it makes some sense. But it still feels like kind of an odd choice to me.
Yeah. So, like, maybe once you've done the stuff to unlock it, a better thing would be to say, hey, do you want to start in the Death Knight starting area or do you want to start in Exile's Reach? And then the only thing that would change is you miss some of the story beats of like you're a servant of the Lich King and you have to go spy on this village and kill all the villagers, which don't get me wrong was fun the first time, but I've done it 4 times since then. No, thank you. Never again.
Only for Rocket. Come on.
Well, one of them was for a mount. Okay, so I did that.
I've done it
Uh,
way more than 4 times.
I
Especially back in Wrath, I made a lot of Death Knights.
I gotta say, like the Death Knight starting area was really dark, and that was cool. I really enjoyed it
Oh,
because
totally. The
of
theming of that
the
place was
theming of
awesome.
it was excellent.
Yeah.
And so far, Exile's Reach is it seems like a good uh and again, I can't fully judge it because we haven't finished it, but at least initially it feels like a good experiment to like fast track the leveling process for new people because I remember what it used to be, which was if I can turn the Wayback Machine on for just a second and wax a little philosophical anyway, wax philosophy at people. um my method of leveling for the longest time, if I had a low B tune, would be to go to the highest level zone earlier than I was supposed to and just corpse jump my way to that zone and start doing quests there. So, like, okay, for Alliance, for example, I would create my character, whatever, wherever their starting place would be. I would quickly get them to Stormwind as quickly as possible and just start doing quests in Elwyn and Westfall. And then I would go to the marshes and then I would go to Stranglethorn because I'm not going to spend, days upon days doing the Lobby stuff when I can get way more XP. You even get XP just for dying because you're exploring along the way. So it's like, so it takes all of that like mindless, tedious, like this is how you have to do it quickly. And it condenses it into this fun little area where, quite frankly, you're running into characters that have no business being in that area, but they're there for you to interact with, like Rathian. So I find it to be a fun little experiment as to like let's streamline this a little better.
So so I'm going to make some suggestions on what I would do if I was in charge of this, right?
Oh no.
So what I really love, like we both said that we love the Goblin starting area, and the Death Knight starting experience is just awesome,
It
right?
is.
Really impressive stuff, like good RPG stuff. And if you've played Warcraft 3 and you do that Death Knight starting area,
It's
you're
like,
going to be
oh
like, oh,
man,
yeah,
it's
right?
on.
So with that in mind, what I would love to see, since Exile's Reach, my criticism is going to be that it feels very generic. They were like, don't forget to use Crusader Strength to build up holy power. But I had nothing that used holy power at that time, right? And
Right.
so, like, as a player, I'm getting instructions that make no sense for the class, that don't really teach me how to play anyway. Um, so what if Exile's Reach, you played a generic soldier, right? Like you are just a conscript in the Alliance or Horde army. You're sailing on that boat to go out to Dragonflight, because I think that's where you were going in that story.
Right.
And you crash at Exile's Reach, as happens in the story, and then you go through that story. And at the end of it, what would be really killer is if that's when your class activates. And then you go into a story appropriate area for the race that you've chosen that is geared to train you on your class, right? Because all those starting areas, like the troll one, had like every race you could be as a troll, at least the ones that didn't, like not Death Knight, not Monk, who have their own areas. But
Yeah.
every race was kind of represented there, and they talked to you about that class and taught you how to play it. Exile's Reach was trying to do that, but I don't think it was as successful.
So like that's an interesting idea of like how would you progress your levels without having a class chosen though? Unless you're just like generic warrior man.
That's what I'm suggesting, is that you choose a class when you come in, but instead of leveling and getting actual abilities from that class, you get like an array of abilities that are kind of generic, and they teach you that loop in Exile's Reach, right? The loop
Mm-hmm.
of
Building, spending,
right,
defensives.
defensives, stuns, like, because then they could focus really, really hard on just training the player about the meta of the game, right? How, or not the meta of the game, but the basics of the game.
This is why I love having these discussions with you, Trog. And I'm not just saying that because we're being recorded. That is something I would never have thought of doing. And you're absolutely right, because it brings me back to that first time I created my warlock and I had to go down in the basement of Stormwind City and talk to my trainer. And then it told me to like go find this demon summoning guy who knows how to do all the things and learn from him. So then I go over there and I yank a demon away from its dimension and force it to do my will. And it's just like there's a lot of that that's missing on the Exile's Reach right now.
And that stuff was like, that's what gets you into a game. I'm thinking about, you played Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Oh yeah, I was having flashbacks when you started saying it because that's basically how that game starts. You wake up, you don't know who you are, and you're discovering just basic abilities as you go, and then you get to make a choice at a key plot point of the story of like I'm going to be good or I'm going to be evil, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's where I was drawing some of my inspiration from, because I played through that starting area many, many times because I loved all the quests that were going on. I was enjoying myself in the game.
Right.
And sometimes when I play a role-playing game, that's what I do. I try several characters. I work on the intro quests. I start learning about the thing, and I'll restart the game 3 or 4 times before I kind of settle on what I want to do. Um, and so with that in mind, like I played through that leveling and it was perfect because they were like, here's how you select a target, here's how you use a targeted ability, here's how you freeze
Right.
time so that you can adjust your strategy in the combat.
Right.
And that was one of the best tutorials I think I've ever played.
For SWOTOR, one of the coolest classes. I leaned more towards the non-force users, so I liked the Imperial sniper and the the smuggler and stuff like that. And that's all those combat things that you were just talking about of like you have to take cover and you have to aim
Yeah.
your shots carefully, and if you sorry everybody, but you kick somebody in the balls to stun them for a second so you can adjust your strategy. It's just like it's I think it's called dirty tricks or something like that.
Appropriately named as well.
It's total smuggler move, like I'm gonna knock you down so I can readjust kind of thing.
Oh, you know
But
what? In SWOTOR, I think I played a smuggler too. I think we did the same thing, dude.
I really enjoyed that aspect of it because again you had to be more strategical about, and yes, that's a word because I say so. um I use strategery. uh but you had to like think about what you were doing before you did it. You had these cool like flashy abilities, like the gunslinger has the dual pistol barrage, man, that's just amazing to look at. But and then the other big class that I loved was like the bounty hunter, because you could be a tank, you could be a healer, or you could kind of do a little bit of both. Um, so yeah, I feel you on that. I was having some SWOTOR flashbacks when you were explaining what your thinking is.
Yeah, because
That is so funny that we are literally of two minds in the same brain.
that's one of the things that I think Midnight they haven't done as well. I did enjoy the stuff with Erator, but their their story just was not there consistently for me in this expansion. Whereas I
So
thought
far,
War
yes.
Within was very good. Um,
There's been some really cool story beats, like everything with Zalateth and Illyria has been great.
yeah, it just I don't know. Um,
For
this
me,
expansion has been
the
a bit of a
biggest
letdown.
slap, and I think we've touched on it before. The biggest slap, because like you, I'm a big like I love lore. I don't go deep into it, but I like the lore of the game. And the whole, tying everything up with a neat bow with all the different elves really was kind of like a slap.
Oh, yeah, that landed so wrong. I really hated that. And I know we are not alone in this opinion cuz
Oh
the
yeah, the
internet in
entire
general.
yeah, everyone's on our side, but we were right first.
But
And I'm
that's
going to
one
stick by
of
that.
Blizzard's strong points. They do know how to tell good stories. They've kind of lost their
Right.
way lately, but that's why that Goblin one was so fun. It was just soaked in Goblin energy and their ridiculousness. And the Death Knight one too. I mean, like you said, you wake up dead and you're like, you got to go kill that village over there and murder all the men, women, and children. And
And
it's
like
just like
that's kind of conflicting for some of us.
some of us.
Some of us.
I mean,
Some
not
of us
those.
took a Yeah, some of us took to it like a fish to water and said, "Yeah, where's my sword? Let's
Yeah.
go."
Yeah, let's just bloodshed. Ah,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, that's what they get for being in our way.
No, that's what they get for just being there. Hey, I don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be in my
They
way.
exist. They exist. That's enough.
Oh
But
man,
like,
so
so
goofy.
the Goblin Place in particular, for anyone who has not had the joy of leveling a goblin, let me just right now tell you, encourage you, you need to do this at least once. Their starting zone, if you've played through the War Within, think Undermine on crack, because
Yes.
their starting area is amazing. You literally start off trying to like grab your buds and form a gang to take on Gallywix. It is just
Yeah.
the best.
And then this was done during Cataclysm, so Cataclysm things happen.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but that you're right. That was man one of the funnest starting areas. And actually, the werewolves one was the alliance one for Cata,
For yeah, and that
and
was
that
equally
one
as fun.
oh yeah, that one is fantastic. That
And
Like,
for an alliance faction, again, their starting place is very dark. It's almost, Death Knighty in a lot of ways.
well, I really like how they both of those starting areas played through the story of the current expansion, right? They
Mm-hmm.
like got you introduced to what was really happening, but they did it in such a flavorful, racial specific way that was perfect. If
Right.
if I was starting a brand new MMO and I had kind of an area that let me know the mechanics without really having to think about my abilities and talent trees and all that other crazy
Right,
stuff,
right.
right?
All the end game stuff.
And then to learn about my class, I got dumped into an area with an excellent story like that. Like both of those stories have elements in them that keep them rapidly moving forward.
Yeah,
Like you'll
man. There's
stop
high
somewhere,
stakes in both.
yeah, well, you'll do a few quests, but then you don't have a choice. You can't remain because there's destruction going on everywhere and you have to keep going. And
Right.
that is a good experience in a game, especially if you're first starting off because it gets you engaged and excited.
Yeah, it makes you actually care not only about the world, but the character that you chose to be in that world.
And I remember feeling that way. I mean, I know the original starting zones weren't as like shiny, but I very much felt that way back in the day when I did the original starting zones. I really enjoyed the troll starting zone. I enjoyed the blood elf starting zone until I'd done it 3 dozen times.
Remember the Sunwell.
Always, we will never forget the Sunwell,
Do you
sir.
remember it yet?
Well, we can't remember it anymore. Now we have to remember the Dawnwell, which is
Oh
somehow
god.
different, even though I can't figure out how.
I'm sure they'll explain it, much like the, what sword debacle that we're still dealing with.
Oh man, yeah, they'll explain it with a quest or 3 quests in a row that ends with a cutscene for a half hour that doesn't explain anything.
That leads to the next thing that we're going to be like, why is that there? Oh
Oh man.
boy. But yeah, so we've kind of veered all over the place today, but I think we gave everybody kind of the gist of what our little experiment is and what we hope to get out of it. We hope that anyone watching and listening will enjoy it as much as we hopefully are going to enjoy it while doing it, because man, I can't say enough. I didn't want to stop. Trog's like, we better stop or we're going to do this for the next 3 hours. So I'm like, yeah, and yeah, it's all Trog's fault.
Yeah, well, it was the right call to make. We did have raid that night, and we do need to learn how to edit this stuff as well.
That's true. And we don't want to give Trog too much to sift through. Since Trog is actually the technical one of the two of us. So I guess he can be forgiven for now.
You
But
know what? As soon as I learn how to do this, you're going to learn how to do this, sir.
I'm incapable of learning. You know that.
I do not know that. That is false.
Mm, ah, dang it. I thought I would win. But I think our format of quick shots of us doing it, periodically, I think that's going to work in everybody's favor, because that way we're not feeling the pressure to produce. We're not feeling the pressure to level too quickly. We want to like actually bite into this and enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. And I do hope this is something that can become a regular part of the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it's not leveling, maybe some other shenanigans, like we can show Rocket and Trog trying to do PvP or something.
Oh man, just
That
put
will end
all
very badly, I'm telling you right now.
put put every one of Trog's faults just right out there up front.
Well, can't be any worse than Rocket at PvP.
Uh, I don't know, sir. I'm I'm pretty terribad.
Terabad. We could also do the decor duels. There's all kinds of fun stuff. I'm hoping for an update to the diving thing of all things. I want to do more of that. I'm like,
Oh, dude, when we go and experience that fresh, since I love talking about abyss anglers on every single podcast we do,
yeah, yeah.
um, we should just go in fresh, no spoilers, and just jump in and record it and see what happens.
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die, and I'm gonna laugh at you.
I'm gonna die so bad.
They're all gonna laugh
Uh,
at you.
but yeah, so we are going to let it be at that. I think we've waxed on this topic quite a bit. We talked about other things too, which was interesting. Trog, are there any other games that you're interested that are like tickling your funny bone that might be coming out soon, or things you haven't played yet that you're looking forward to playing?
Oh, well, there's some shows coming out soon that I'm looking forward to. Ted Lasso season
Oh,
2 is about to start,
yeah,
so of
yeah.
course, or season 4, I mean. Um, Slay the Spire 2 is not actually in a public release; it's still in an advanced release. It'll probably be there for another year. And I think the
Really?
yeah, yeah, a lot of games do this on Steam now, where there's a pre-release and you can play it before it's really done. Like the last update of Slay the Spire actually changed. They had a lot of placeholder art in the game, and I didn't even realize it was placeholder art. I thought it was just their art style, and
Right.
come to realize that no, they updated a lot of that. Like the game looks a lot better now after the last
Cool.
release.
I'm glad I'm starting to play it now then.
Yeah, yeah, you're coming in at the right time, dude. The other game I'm kind of looking at that I'm probably going to try soon. It's called Ultros. I don't know anything about it really, other than it's a Metroidvania, and it's got all these like cool neon colors. It looks kind of punk. It looks good. So I'll definitely update everybody. And if you enjoy games like Slay the Spire, maybe you're already playing Slay the Spire, I would definitely give a recommend to Griftlands, which is a uh, you play kind of a similar where you've got a combat deck that you're building, but you also have a diplomacy deck that you use when you're trying to get somebody to do what you want them to do.
Oh
So you
man.
have a battle, but it's all about diplomacy. Like they'll deploy points and you'll deploy points, and you have to use arguments to whittle those points down. It's a really interesting concept.
So you're like literally rolling for charisma at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, as we are, well-rounded individuals, some of us more round than others. Um, I,
Hey,
I
don't call
want to
me fat.
open it. No, I called myself fat. Um, I want to open it up to like let's start talking about other things that we're interested in. One thing I don't know if anyone is aware of is the X-Men 97 season
Oh
2
God,
has
I
been
need to
going
watch
on,
that.
and it is fan freaking tastic. I am all in and addicted. They have a new episode every Wednesday on Disney Plus. So
Damn it, I
uh
need to
can't
catch up on that.
can't recommend it enough. They're only on episode 4, I believe, at this point. And yeah, it's really good. They're doing Age of Apocalypse storylines and stuff. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, that's what's really got me outside of WoW. That's what I'm watching. I finally finished The Boys just because I wanted to finish the story. Um, it, it was satisfactory, I
It,
guess.
I'll ask you a question. I know we're kind of wrapping up, but
No, we're
like,
good.
uh, I've only ever watched season 1 and the first episode of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
My wife has no interest in this show whatsoever, so it just kind of fell off my list. Is it
Same with
worth
me.
watching?
I watch it more for all the characters and the actors that play them, more than anything further down the line. And like, I wanted to see the completion of a couple of key storylines. Uh,
Okay.
you haven't seen any of that stuff. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there is some really deep character developing that actually happens, and it's really fun to watch.
Well,
Um,
I might have to pick that up again.
for me, like, it kind of became like South Park esque in a way where it's like we're going to be gross just to be gross, Like it doesn't serve anything other than shock value. But
Hey, I heard somebody talking
mhm.
about this show, and I have an idea what you might be talking about specifically right there.
Yeah, there's several, and it only gets progressively worse as the seasons go on. So like that's kind of what turned my wife off on the show. Like at first she's like, "Oh, it's an anti-superhero show. This is a cool idea. What a unique angle." And then she's like, "Oh, there's lots of those everywhere you look." Okay. So I'm like trying to convince her. I'm like, no, I'm watching it for the story. She's like, no, you're watching it because it's gross and you get to see boobs. I'm like, well,
I mean,
both things can be right.
yeah. And honestly, I don't know why anybody's going to criticize for liking to see good stuff.
I mean, it is. We are human, so it appeals to my humanity. But I will say that it was a satisfactory ending. They tied everything up nicely. I know it's based on graphic novels and stuff that I never read, but it was really cool to see like the closing of the storylines and where everybody kind of ended up at the end. So
So
that's
is the
that.
boys done at this point?
It's done.
Okay.
Unless they do a spin-off of, new characters or whatever, but they did the Vought school for a little while and they might go back to that. But even in that final season of The Boys, several of those characters show up. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Um the I forget what it was called, Vought U or whatever. It was a decent sideshow, but The Boys is the main show and it's the far better of the two. But
I might
anyway,
have to do that. Yeah.
you know, to wrap up, we will talk about all things nerd culture as much as possible. But WoW is the thing that brought us together, and I think will be the chunk of everything. But every now and then,
For
it's
sure.
it's it's cool to highlight, some of the other things that catch our interest. There was there was a show, and I'm gonna probably have to think about it and remember it later. There was a show that I was really interested in. I wanted to get your take on, but that'll be for next time. Which, by the way, everybody, next time, whew, mouth is getting dry. It's like I've been talking or something.
For an
So
hour.
next time, we are actually going to have several surprise guests on our podcast because we will be doing our thank you tour and kind of just talking to some people who've been listening from the very get go and are very involved in kind of like giving us feedback and things like that. So we would like to reward them with being guests and giving them a platform and a time to talk. So that'll be next time that we record, will be our thank you tour featuring salty super fans Ryan and Winmar. Finally, the final officer, by the way, of the guild to be a guest on the podcast.
I have been holding this over his head for a while, so yes.
As we should. And we should hold it over his head right up to the last minute. Be like, oh man, are you sure you really want to do this? Because, you don't have to.
Yeah, but the problem is he will have listened to this by the time that we actually get him on the
Oh,
podcast.
let's edit that out then.
That sounds like work, and I don't do work.
Yeah, work is for suckers. But anyway, that'll be for next time. Our thank you tour will begin. Until then, I'm Rocket. That's Trog.
Bye, everybody.
Stay salty, friends. Bye.